polite, okay, and try to be friendly without being overly friendly. Okay, now let's move on to the next part. I'm going to share also the continuation. Yes, yeah. I'm still waiting for your demo. Oh, sorry. Uh-oh. Sorry. Okay. Mini test, as I mentioned earlier, the mini test will be the demo of three parts. The greeting parts, that is the zero part, okay? And then later on, the first part, and then the second part. If you want to combine it later, that's okay. But you have to do it because that will be considered as your mini test. Now we go to the explanations of the speaking part. All right, so the speaking test takes between 11 and 14 minutes and consists of three parts. Now, part one is the first part of the test where the examiner will ask you some general questions about familiar topics like work, family, studies, and hobbies. Okay, and in part two, you will be given a card with a topic. You will be given 1 minute to take notes on the topic and will be given a pencil and a paper to prepare your response. Okay. Usually this is the experience from many test takers. When you are given a pencil and paper, please jot down some keywords. It is called a structured approach. So things that you need to say should be put in phrases, and then later you will remember to go to that topic or to go to that phrases again and explain it further. And please also put your first sentence on the paper, because sometimes the first time of speaking is probably the more difficult, the most difficult. Why? Because you got nervous. That is why if you write down your first sentence or the first opening, then you will feel more confident in doing it. Okay. Now, you will then speak on the topic for 2 minutes. Yes. And in part three of the interview, you will have a two-way discussion with the examiner where they will ask you questions related to the topic discussed in part two. So part two and part three are interrelated. But in today's session, we're going to focus only on part one and part two. Okay, part three will be discussed further next week. Okay. Now, this is the speaking band descriptors, the public version. Let's look at band 6, okay? You know, when it comes to foreign language or any new language that you learn, people will perceive that you are able to use the language if you can speak the language. So that is the importance of speaking. Why? Because people will determine or will think you are able to use the language or not is when they hear you speak. Okay, that is why in IELTS, I think is quite easy for you to get band 6, yeah, or even band 7, right? Why? Because, well, my assumption is that in day-to-day activities at your campus, at the university, the Preston University, you speak English, you spoke English with your lecturers. Okay, you speak English, you spoke English also with your fellow college students, yeah, your friends. So spending like 4 years speaking English with lecturers and friends, it will enhance or improve your English speaking competence quite significantly. Okay, so let's look at band 7 and band 6. First is fluency and coherence. Fluency is the rate, the pace of speaking. So please do not use too many I think, and then thinking time. Okay, because the rate of your speech will determine your fluency. So if it is in band 7, speaks at length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence. So both are important, fluency and coherence. Coherence means your ability to organize your speaking. So first of all, I would like to highlight about the importance of studying in a university, for example. Yeah. And afterwards, okay. And at the end of the day, that is coherence. Okay, so you put or you structure your speaking from the beginning, in the middle, up to the end of your speech. And without noticeable effort. Noticeable effort means you use too much thinking time. I mean, you keep quiet a lot and then you okay, all the time or most of the time, that is fluency matters. Yeah, if you use too many thinking time, okay. Now, may demonstrate language-related hesitation at times or some repetition and self-correction. Yeah, okay. If you can correct yourself, then it is not a mistake. It is not an error anymore, but it is a mistake. The difference between error and mistakes is error happens because you don't know that it is wrong. That becomes error. But mistake is slip of the tongue. That is a mistake. You forgot and slip of the tongue. Yeah. Use a range of connectives and discourse markers with some flexibility. That is band 7. I do hope that you can reach the band 7 in speaking. But mind you, because later on during the test, you're going to record it, please do not read. Okay. Some students, because they think that they really need to show some effort and they want to get a higher band, then they put on a piece of paper and put it on the wall, for example, and they read. We can see if you are reading, okay? Even the examiner of IELTS can see if you have rehearsed your speaking. No, if it is a rehearsed type or a rehearsed one, you're not going to get a good score or a good mark, a higher band. No, it should come naturally. Okay, if it is band 6, willing to speak at length, though may lose coherence at times due to occasional repetitions of corrections or hesitation. Uses a range of connectives and discourse markers, but not always appropriately. So don't forget, if you cannot use the coherence or the discourse markers appropriately all the time, you still get band 6. As long as you can speak in a normal rate, not on a slower pace. Yeah, that is the fluency and coherence. Now in a lexical resource, it is actually the vocabulary thing, right? Has a wide enough vocabulary to discuss topics at length and make meaning clear in spite of inappropriacies. Generally paraphrases successfully. Okay, so it means here, okay, you don't have to really use high-level words all the time. No need. You don't always have to use complex sentence. as long as it is clear and you can get the message across, that is more important than just using high-level words. Okay, and the next is grammatical range and accuracy. Uses a mix of simple and complex structures, but with limited flexibility, and may make frequent mistakes with complex structures, though this rarely cause comprehension problems. Okay, so in grammar, okay, you know what? The difference between educated speaker and just ordinary speaker is the ability to use grammatical or grammar correctly. Okay, if you can use the grammar correctly and accurately, that is why it is called accuracy. Then you are considered not only fluent speaker but also educated speaker. Even those living in United States of America or in Great Britain, okay, not all of them can use this grammatical thing correctly. So the point is, if you can use good grammar, then not only are you considered fluent speaker, but also educated speaker. That is why from time to time, please upgrade, improve your grammar. This is probably the most difficult part in speaking, but with practice, I believe that you can do it well. Now, last but not least, the pronunciation. Okay, now shows all the positive features of Band 6 and some, but not all the positive features of Band 8. Okay, let's look at the Band 6. Use a range of pronunciation features with mixed control. Show some effective use of features, but this is not sustained and can generally be understood throughout, though mispronunciation of individual words or sounds reduces clarity at times. All right, so if you make mistakes, okay, if the mistakes can lead with the misunderstanding, sorry, okay, meaning that the examiner have difficulties in understanding your message, then you will probably get lower band. But if you can get the message across in good clarity, okay, there is a high chance you will get band 6 or 7. Again and again. In later in doing your test, okay, on August 30th, please do not read. Even if you rehearse, ya jangan terlalu ketahuan kalau rehearse, ya. Make it as natural as possible. That is the purpose of giving IELTS, to check whether you can speak naturally like those of native speakers of English. Okay, so now I'm going to give you examples of speaking part 1 and 2 from band 1 to band 9. Okay, this is just, yeah, partly a joke, but it's interesting. So you can see which one is band 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 9.
Which is your favorite room in your home? Bedroom. Bedroom is favorite. My favorite is the bedroom. My favorite room is my bedroom. It's small and warm. Probably my bedroom. It's cozy and comfortable, and I like to read there. I'd probably say my bedroom. It's incredibly cozy and comfy and a lovely place to read in. I'd probably say my bedroom. I've designed it to be really cozy and comfy with bean bags and cushions. I can spend hours there reading and just chilling out. I'd probably say my bedroom. I've designed it in a way that makes it feel really cozy and comfy by putting bean bags and cushions all over the place. To be honest, I can literally spend hours in my room reading, chatting to friends, or just chilling out. Which is your favorite room in your home?
Okay. Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference between band 1 to band 9? Was it clear? Could you hear it clearly? Yes, the difference between the speaker of band 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 9. Tadi jelas gak suaranya? Hello? Can somebody answer? Hello? Jelas ya? Okay, so you see, what can you see in that video? First of all, the more you speak actually, the higher chance that you get a higher level of band. Yeah, I mean, the higher score you will be able to get. So later on, please keep this in mind. If you are asked one question, please do not just give it only one short answer, but make it 2 or 3 sentences. Because the more you speak, the more able the speaker, the examiner is to give you a good score. Okay, of course, that when you speak, you have to speak in not only in a good manner, but accurately, with good pronunciation and correct grammar, and also clear lexical resource or vocabulary. Okay. Now, here. Yeah. So this is the speaking band descriptors. Okay, see here, no communication possible, no rateable language. You just smile, okay? And or you utter something, you murmur, but it is not clear. Okay, band 1. Band 2, pauses lengthily before most words, little communication possible, okay? Band 3, you speak in a chunks. Chunks mean you don't speak in a good sentence, but in chunks, phrases by phrases by phrases. In band 4, okay, you pause a lot. Cannot respond without noticeable pauses and may speak slowly with frequent repetition and self-correction. Okay, thinking time, too much thinking time. Now, band 5 usually maintains flow of speech but uses repetition, self-correction, and slow speech to keep going. Slow speech. So if you still use repetition, you speak slowly, you still get band 5. That is why in speaking, attaining band 5 is not that difficult. But I do hope that you can reach up to band 7. Okay. Yeah. Now, therefore, marking criteria, lexical resource, this is vocabulary, grammatical, okay, grammatical range and accuracy, pronunciation, each criterion, the fourth part actually is the fluency and coherence, of course, yeah, the first part. Each criterion counts towards 25% of your mark, and you will be marked on a 9-band scale. Fluency, it means you talk smoothly without any unnatural stoppages or hesitation. Yeah, coherence. How easy it is for the examiner to understand what you mean. Coherence means how you organize your talk. Okay, how you start, how you end it. That is coherence. These refer to how much and quickly you speak and how organized what you say is. Fluency, okay, means talk without hesitation, while coherence refers to how organized you are in speaking. If you pause a lot or repeat yourself too many times, it's okay to repeat. But if you use it too many times, more than twice, for example, then you are considered a low-level speaker in band, IELTS band, probably band 5 or 4. You do not communicate very effectively. If you talk reasonably, continuously, and present what you say in a logical and organized way, it means you communicate well. Now, lexical resource. Lexical resource refers to vocabulary that you use. Use a wide range of vocabulary both appropriately and accurately. Okay? Sometimes, okay, it is also beneficial if you can use high-level vocabulary. High-level vocabulary means vocabulary that is not commonly used in everyday conversation. So avoid using the word good or bad. Why? Because they are considered low-level vocabulary. Instead of saying good or bad, for bad, it depends on the context. You can say disastrous effect. Instead of saying bad effect, okay, if you want to make it very strong, disastrous effect, for example. Okay, or good, instead of good, you can use the word great, or you can also use the word great, what else? Good, awesome, yeah, perfect, for example, depending on the context, of course. If you're able to use a variety of words and expressions to say what you want, it will be interesting to listen to. If you are interesting to listen to, there is a high chance you will get good mark. Okay, now grammar. Your sentences should be as error-free as possible. Error. Mistakes mean slip of the tongue, but error, it happens because you do not know what the accurate version is. Use a range of appropriate grammatical structures. If you only use simple structures and do not vary them, you will not be very interesting to listen to. But if you do not make a large number of mistakes and you also use different structures, then you will be able to communicate what you want to say effectively. Okay. And pronunciation, your speech should be clear. Yeah, your speech should be clear. Your speech should contain a full range of pronunciation features. Pronunciation also needs to have intonation, sentence stress, weak sound, okay. Focused sound, for example. For example, the word development. Yeah, development. Okay, it is in the first syllable, development. So you have to be able to use it in correct intonation and sentence stress. That is the features of pronunciation. And if all aspects of your pronunciations are clear and correct, the examiner will be able to understand what you want to say easily. Okay, so pronunciation matters. Okay, now let's move on to part 1. Part 1 is the first part of the test, where the examiner will ask you some general questions about familiar topics like work, family, studies, and hobbies. Task guide, you are expected to give more than yes or no answers. You are not expected to speak at great length in answer to any of the question. Okay, there are no right or wrong answer. The examiner will ask you questions about things that you do, you likes and dislikes, and so on. So now the guide is here. So please give, yeah, answer +1. A good principle here is answer +1. Try to be generous and offer a little extra information on the topic. So when answering questions, please do not answer it only in one sentence. Try to give additional responses, like your opinion on that, whether you think it is good or bad, whether you think it is appropriate or inappropriate, or things that you can develop. Yeah. So that is the thing you should say in the first part of speaking IELTS. For example, if the examiner asks you how much time you spend reading, a basic answer is a lot or not much. Short answer, however, do not help a conversation develop easily. Yeah, so that is why you should add some more responses. Friends, yeah, how much time do you spend with friends? What kind of things do you like to do with your friends? What kinds of work or studies do your friends do? And what does being a good friend mean to you? Okay, so let's practice. Yeah. Now I would like you to record your voice using voice recording. Not voice recording. You go to WhatsApp, okay? You go to WhatsApp, then here you have the mic icon, and then you record your voice and submit it in WhatsApp group. Okay, I hope it is clear. Is it clear? So look at this. There are 4 questions here. How much time do you spend with friends? What kind of things do you like to do with your friends? What kinds of work or studies do your friends do? And what does being a good friend mean to you? So what I want you to do is record your voice using the voice recording on your WhatsApp. Yeah, you just push the button of mic in your WhatsApp, in the group, in the WhatsApp group, and then you speak, okay? And after that, you send it in the group. Okay, is it clear? Prepare yourself to answer the 4 questions, and then after that, record your voice and submit it in the WhatsApp group. I hope I make myself clear, is it? Feedback, please. Sudah jelaskah?
Yes, Miss.
Yeah, so number 1, prepare your answer. Number 2, record your voice. You can use, if you want to use the other kinds of recording, fine, that's okay. You can go to voice recording and then later you put it in the WhatsApp group, or you can simply go to WhatsApp group and push the mic button and you start talking and then send it in the group. I'm going to give you like 10 minutes to do this activity. Thank you. Okay, this is an answer, only a little. But this is not recommended. Yeah. How much time do you spend with friends? Only a little. This is not recommended because a very short answer won't be able to develop conversation. What kind of things do you like to do with your friends? It depends. It depends on what? Okay, you have to continue. What kinds of work or studies do your friends do? All sorts. Explain. What does being a good friend mean to you? Oh, many things. Explain. Thank you. Dear students, if it is difficult for you to hold the mic button, you may as well videotape yourself and send it to WhatsApp group. The video, the durations of the videotape is 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Maybe sending the video is much easier for you to do, so be it.
Miss,
Yes,
boleh lihat soalnya lagi nggak, Miss? Sorry, Miss.
yeah, I have sent it in the WhatsApp group. Uh, in the WhatsApp group, I send the print screen.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Do
Uh-huh.
we have make a video about the test or just record our voice?
Both are acceptable. So I would rather that you videotape it actually. So that is to give you, what is it? A similar picture to what you're going to do in your final test. So in your final test, you are expected to videotape while speaking. So we really know that you are not reading. Okay? So it is better that you videotape, but actually, because this is just a practice, if you record it, it is also okay, because what we are going to highlight here is how you can make an I+1, answer +1. So when you are asked by the examiner, you do not only give one short answer, or one sentence only, but more than that. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. It is better that you videotape yourself, but if you record it, that's okay for this activity.
Okay, ma'am. I get it. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm still waiting. Thank you, Akmal. Thank you for sending the video. Let's discuss, yeah? Okay. This. Okay. Let's look at Akmal's, yeah. Okay. I'm going to share with you this one. Okay, guys, let's take a look at this. Okay, this is Akmal's. Okay, so let's listen now, yeah, to what your friend has already sent to us, yeah, the sample answer of this. Okay,
Hello, my name is Akmal Miftahullah, and then this is my answer.
is the sound clear? Is it audible? Suaranya jelas, guys? Ini suara Akmal ya? Jelas gak?
Hello, my name is Akmal Miftahullah, and then this is my answer. For the question number one, how much time do you spend with friends? I actually have 50-50 time that I spend with my friend. Since I'm working on weekdays and I only have maybe 2 days to hang out with my friends. So it's not much time, but I still feel a good quality when I'm spending time with my friends, even it's not often. And then for the question number two, what kind of things do you like to do with your friends? I am actually a person who loves something profitable. So I like to talk about some opportunities for our future. And for the question number three, what kind of work or studies do your friend do? Mostly they work in creative industries also, same like me, but they have a varied segment beside me. Like I'm a video editor, and most of them are graphic designer and illustrator. And for the last question is, what does being a good friend means to you? The definition of good friend for me is simple. If they want to progress and develop their skill, and they can think rationally and have a much mature mindset, it's already a good friend for me. But you need to know a good friend is different from a close friend. That's all my answer, man. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Akmal. So guys, see, from the presentations that Akmal did, okay, the sample answers that Akmal sent to the WhatsApp group, I think that is already, yeah, pretty good, but quite good, almost very good. Okay. Of course, there were several mispronounced words here and there, but that's okay. In general, at least Akmal has already got band 6. Yeah. So see, it's not that difficult actually, yeah, to get band 6. Only that during the test later on, make sure that you don't read. Because if there is a, what is it? There is a hint, or there are some hints that you are reading your answers, well, I'm sorry to say that probably the score is going to be a bit lower. Yeah, so practice yourself later on not to read. Yeah, or if you want to memorize it, well, that's okay. But remember, in the real test, you don't have time to memorize your answer. You don't have time to rehearse your answer. Okay? So be it. Yeah, just let it flow. Okay? Thank you, Akmal. Okay, I've got several answers already here in the group. Who's this? Okay, I'm still waiting for the rest to answer that question. Okay, I have already print screen the questions. Now let's see the sample answer from the writer of the material. Yeah, the writer. Okay. Thank you, Agung. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now this is the learning apps that we use. Mhm. Okay, this is it, yeah. Now, how much time do you spend with the friends? Okay, so what could be the answer? If you want to answer it, please just turn on your mic and then you simply answer the question. Only a little is just the beginning, but what is next? How much time do you spend with friends? Anybody want to answer? Only a little. So why only a little? Because my studies take up most of my time. Okay, is it correct? Yes, it's correct. Now, what kind of things do you like to do with your friends? It depends. Can somebody answer? Or can you see what I see? Can you? Hello, guys. Can you see what I see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You can.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Can you answer it? What kind of things do you like to do with your friends? It depends. Kira-kira apa ini answernya? Things to do with a friend? Pardon? In the winter? Yes, can you just, in the summer, it's nice just to sit at the park together chatting. Good. Yeah. Okay, good. What kinds of work or studies do your friends do? All sorts. Most of my friends are students like me, studying different subjects. And then, what? After that, can somebody continue? Can somebody continue? Most of my friends are students like me, studying different subjects. And what else after that? Akmal, perhaps? Or Fendi? What is it? Or you may also chat. That's okay, yeah? Which one is that?
One of my friends is a doctor.
Good, thank you. Yeah, all right. What does being a good friend mean to you? Actually, this is very easy because only one options left. I suppose the most important thing is trust. You must be able to trust each other. Okay, well done. It says here. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay, this is how much time do you spend with friends? This is the answer. Okay. All right. Now we go to the next part, that is check on your grammar. Your sentences should be as error-free as possible. Use a range of appropriate grammatical structures. And look at this candidate's answer. I go college. It should be I go to college, yeah, for instance. I go by foot. Is it by foot? Or do you want to, what is the accurate way of saying it? Is it I go by foot? I go by bus. I go by motorcycle. I go by taxi. I go by train. I go by plane. But I go on foot, yeah, to underground station and take a train for about 15 minutes. What do you do during journey? Sometimes I reading newspaper, but if I travel with my friend, we will talk a lot. Do you sometimes have problems with transport? The trains have crowded, okay? And sometimes are delayed, and I arrive to college late. What is your favorite form of transport? I like planes best. They are very fast and convenient, despite expensive. All right. Now, I will copy this. Can you look at the new screen? Yang ini bisa dilihat nggak? Yang ada kotak-kotaknya? Halo?
No,
Atau
ma'am.
masih yang kemarin? Atau yang tadi? Nggak ya? Oke. Bentar ya. Alright. Ya. This is... Oke. Coba lihat lagi. I go... Which one? I go to college, ya. I go on foot to the underground. Is it correct? Yes. Now, number 2, 3, and 4, can you do it yourself? I will 3 minutes to do it. What is number 2? I give you the options. Naufal, can you try to answer? Naufal? Or Anna, Awang Rido, or Cindy? Can you? What is it? I sometimes. When you see the word sometimes, it means the tenses is simple present. So when it is simple present, then it should be not reading, but okay. Any answer here? Uh, I can see clearly with my screen. Oh, why is that? Okay. Okay. Here should be read. Yeah. I read. Sometimes I read newspaper, but if I travel with my friend, ini kenapa? Oh, okay.
Sorry, ma'am.
Yes.
I
Cannot.
don't know. I don't know. Is it only on my screen or not? But your presentation, it's quite blurry in my screen.
Oh, really? It's
Yes.
blur? Oh my goodness. Ah, okay. I'm sorry that. But it is clear in well in my own mm, laptop. Okay. Yeah. So sometimes I read a newspaper, but if I travel with my friend, we what is it? Oh my God. We know this is correct, yeah? So no, no need to no need to revise it. Do you sometimes have problems with transport? The trains, the things not have crowded, but are crowded, passive voice, and sometimes are delayed for three. Okay. And I arrive to college late. To college or at college? At college. Okay. What is your favorite form of transport? I like planes best. They are very fast and convenient despite being expensive. Yeah. Why? Because despite should be followed by noun phrase, not by adjective. Despite being expensive. The word being, make it a gerund. Okay. Yeah, this is it. We go to this, share screen, this one. Okay. Yeah. Now this is the answer. Okay, now compound sentences. Actually, teaching grammar is a bit problematic and takes a long time, but okay, fine. Yeah, we learn about compound sentences now. Compound sentence is a sentence combined from two simple sentences using coordinate conjunction. What are the coordinate conjunction? The samples are and, or, but, yet. So, and refer to the similar situation, and also or. But, yet is to contrast. So is to show cause and effect. That is the coordinate conjunction. Compound sentences can also be combined from conjunctive adverbs. Addition, moreover, in addition, besides, otherwise. Otherwise means if not, yeah, otherwise. Concession, however, still, nevertheless. Result, therefore, consequently, accordingly, yeah, okay. And John was sick, he came to school anyhow. Now, joined by coordinate conjunction, it becomes John was sick, but he came to school. Or we can also use John was sick, however, he came to school. Yeah, joined by conjunctive adverb. All right. So this is about compound sentences. Now, let's see. The new student was very shy. The teacher didn't call on him. What is, if you are to combine these two sentences, what should it be? I will print screen this. I'm going to print screen this. Oh, yes. This is the print screen. I hope I make the print screen. By making the print screen, then it will be clearer for you. Uh, mhm. Mhm. Okay, print screen. This is the copy of my print screen. Okay, now you can do it. Look at your handphone, yeah, and try answer the questions. Okay, number 1. The new student was very shy. The teacher didn't call on him. What is the relation between these two sentences? Shy, as a result, the teacher didn't call on him, right? Didn't rely on him, call on him. So, what is the conjunction adverb or the connectors that we can use here? The new student was very shy. Therefore, the teacher didn't call on him. Okay, yeah. Number 2, the new student was very shy. The teacher called on him several times anyhow. Okay, can somebody answer? The new student was very shy. The teacher called on him several times anyhow. What is the, what's the combination of these two sentences? What is the relation between these two sentences? The new student was very shy. The teacher called on him several times anyhow. Concession. Yeah, so we can combine them. The new student was very shy. However, the teacher called on him several times. Okay, now, there are many people who like to buy on the installment plan. This is complex sentence. Yeah, using noun clause. Who like to buy on the installment plan? Installment plan. I prefer to buy for cash. So, you can say, although there are many people who like to buy on the installment plan, I prefer to buy for cash. I don't feel like going to that party. Also, I have a bad cold, so I shouldn't go out. Omit also. So when you omit also, you change the word also with and. I don't feel like going to that party and I have a bad cold, so I shouldn't go out. Number 5, we must all eat the proper food. If we don't, we'll get sick. Omit if we don't. If we don't can be omitted with otherwise, yeah, to show the opposite result. Yeah, we must all eat the proper food, otherwise we'll get sick. Okay, now number 6. In number 6, put at least one sentence, try to combine it and put it in WhatsApp group. Come on, 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, you don't have to do all the that you choose. You can start from number 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. Yeah, you don't have to do it from number 7, from number 6 to 7 to 8, but you pick the sentence that you think is easy for you and write down the combination in the WhatsApp group. Thank you. Okay, let's take a look. There is very little rain in this region, therefore, we often have crop failures. Yeah, thank you. Muhammad Arsha Maheswara. Okay. Jim's mother doesn't like animals in the house, so she has refused to permit him to get the dog. Thank you, very good, Akmal. Yes. Yes, number 10 has been answered. Number 7 has been answered. Okay, how about number 6? Okay. Keep off my property or else I'll have you arrested. Omit if you don't. If you don't, okay. Keep off my property, otherwise I'll have you arrested, yeah. If you don't, actually is similar with the word otherwise. Kalau pakai or else, yeah, or else I'll have you arrested. Okay. Now, John is a very lazy student and he also tends to come late to class. Thank you. Ragu ya. Ragu. Ragu. Okay. Thank you, Octavia. Thank you, Akmal. Thank you, Arsha. Yes. Now 8. Yeah. We have number 8. No, none of you. Many people like to buy it on the Insta. Now, number 8. Anybody wants to answer number 8? Belum ada ini. Number 7, and then number 6, and then number 9, and then number 10, and then number previous page, number 3. Okay, he seems to be a very intelligent and able man. I don't think he is suited for this particular job. This is a concession, not a contrast. Okay, he seems to be a very, is it not very, but very, sorry, typo, a very intelligent drivers. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Ah, ah, ah. Hello, can you still hear my voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, thank you. Right, yeah. So number 8, he seems to be a very intelligent and able man. I don't think he is suited for this particular job. He seems to be a very intelligent and able man. However, but I don't think he is suited for this particular job. Okay, there is something that the ability that he doesn't meet and the criteria. Okay, this is practice part 1. I'm going to give you the practice part 1. Okay, and give it to you in, okay, practice part 1. Practice part 1, you are going to combine it with practice part 2 later. Yeah. That is in the demo. Okay, okay. On. And then, yes. Okay, a moment, please. I'm going to combine the practice part 1 with practice part 2. Yeah, so you're going to do it later in the same video. Okay, this is it. Now this is the sample answer. Yeah. Now in this part, I'd like to ask you some question about yourself. Okay. Let's talk about your activities in leisure time. Free time, leisure time. How much free time do you have? Well, since I'm taking classes from Monday to Friday, so I guess I'm only free on the weekends. However, I still have to attend group discussions and do my assignment on Saturday. I see. What do you do when you have free time? I like playing football with my team on Sundays. I join a football club on campus. My team and I mostly practice on Sunday mornings. And I also love skateboarding when I have more free time. I'm taking more credits this semester, so I don't have a lot of free time. Okay, have your leisure activities changed since you were a child? Test taker? Not a great deal actually. I used to enjoy playing football when I was young as well. I played it a lot at school, although I did all the other things kids love to do, such as going out on bike rides after school, playing cards, and playing video games. Do you prefer to spend your free time alone or with other people? I think most people need some time on their own. Sometimes my classes and group discussions are quite hectic, and I spend a lot of time there with other students. So I think it is good to get home and relax, having time for yourself. When I'm home after classes, I usually like to listen to music or watching movies. So what you can see here is the answer is always answer plus 1. Yeah. So one question is usually answered with 2 or 3 sentences. This is what you're going to do later. So if you were asked one question, do not only give short answer or one sentence answer, but make it 2 or 3. Yeah, like what Atmal did is good. He add 1 or 2 sentences to the answer given. And then if you see from the fluency side, okay, fluency, he still use the thinking time phrases like, okay, here, but not too much, only once, yeah, but that's okay. And if you see the organizations, you see here, it is well organized. See, however, okay, that is also a term that can be used for coherence. And then I used to enjoy playing football. I played, the grammar is also correct. Yeah, so this is a good examples or good samples, not examples, good samples for speaking part 1. Okay, of course, you have your own later. Yeah, okay, this is just a sample answer. What we can learn from this is for the fluency, okay, although he uses like for example, but it is still okay because he didn't do it too many times. And then he also the test taker also use some coherence here, showing coherence, and then the vocabulary, although it is not, there are not many high level words, but yeah, some, one or two, like hectic, for example, yeah, that is also considered high level word. Hectic means busy, all right? And what here? Credits, what else? Um, okay, not many high level words actually, but it is okay. It is considered good. Yeah, this is, you use. Okay, now we go to the part 2. In part 2, you will be given a card with a topic. You will be given 1 minute to take notes on the topic and will be given a pencil and paper to prepare your response. You will then speak on the topic for 2 minutes. Actually, part 2 and part 3 is interrelated, but the part 3 will be discussed further next week. Okay, how should I organize what I say? Making notes. It will help you organize what you say. It may remind you of useful vocabulary and expressions to use, or of facts and points that you want to include in your long term. Okay, look at the candidate's answer for each suggested points and complete the notes. Describe a party you went to which you enjoy. You should say where the party was, why the party happened, who was at the party. Okay, so this is the answer, the sample answer. I remember one party very well. It took place at my parents' house. The party was held to celebrate my brother David's 21st birthday. Everybody in my family came. Some of them traveled from abroad to be there. And of course, David had invited a lot of friends too. I enjoyed this party because it made me feel wonderful to be surrounded by all my family. Also because it meant that my brother was now a real adult. Okay. Yeah. This is where the party was. Okay. This is why the party happened, who was at the party, and why you enjoyed the party. Yeah. This is the notes. Parents' house, brother's 21st. This is the notes that you put in the paper, on the paper. All families, David's friends, seeing everybody, David adult. See, it is just words, pointers. Okay, and you develop it into good sentences. Yeah, check for fluency and coherence. Okay, describe a conversation you had which was important to you. You should say, when the conversation took place 3 years ago, visiting my parents, who you had the conversation with, and what the conversation was about, and explain why the conversation was important to you. Okay, and this is the sample answer. I remember one conversation that was important to me. It was about 3 years ago, and it had a big impact on my life. What happened was that my uncle George, he is my mother's brother and lives in London. He has a business, talk to me. He was visiting us in my country. I was bored with my life and I was complaining about how I didn't know what to do. There aren't many opportunities in my small town, you see. My uncle said that I should come to London. He could help me to find work and meet people. Then I could study and get qualifications. I did it and I came to London. Now I have a job and I study part-time. This conversation changed my life. Without this conversation, I would still be bored at home. You see, if you find many high-level words, not many, almost all are commonly used words, but that's okay. Yeah. And the grammar, I think the grammar is good already. Yeah. The past tense is past tense, the present is present. Now, the coherence also there, yeah. It flows from one to another smoothly. Now, let's see. Okay, let's do it together. See, I remember one conversation. Okay, can you change it into better grammar? I remember one conversation. What is it? You have options here. I hope you can see I hope you can see is it clear? The picture that you see in your laptop? I remember one conversation. Yes, can you try answering the question? In particular, yeah, that was important to me. In particular means, yeah, one important event in particular, yeah, that was important to me. It was about 3 years ago and it had a big impact on my life. What happened was that my Uncle George, he, what? So who is my mother's uncle is my mother's brother and lives in London place. So you put where he has a business. Talk to me. He was visiting us in my country. Okay. What? At that time, yeah, I was bored with my life and I was complaining about how I didn't know what to do. This was because there aren't many opportunities in my small town, you see. My uncle said that I should come to London. He could help me to find work and meet people. Then I would be able study. I would be able to study and get qualification. I did. I did so. And what he suggested, I came to London. Oh, sorry. It should be, I did what he suggested. So I came to London. Now I have a job and I study part-time. See? Yeah, everything is correct here. So this is how you can improve your speaking. Now, let's move on to this. Okay. Yeah, this is it. Now, adjective, comparative, adjective, word order. So this is sometimes troublesome. When you have many adjectives and then you put it in order, which one should go first? Okay, if you look at this, descriptive, adjective, stubby, stellar, excellent, these are high-level words, yeah, like arduous, dexterous. Okay, this is the descriptive adjective. Now look at this. Which one should go first? Opinion should go first, yeah? It was made of strange green metallic material. Strange is opinion, so it should go first. So if you say, if you want to describe a person, tall, handsome, American guy. Which one should come first? Tall or handsome? Okay, handsome. Why? Because handsome is opinion. So a handsome, tall American guy. Okay, so this is the examples. Yeah. It was made of strange green metallic material. Sorry. It was made of, oh my, it was made of strange green metallic material. All right. Yeah. Okay. So Bruno Mars is good looking, tall Asian American guy. Yeah, for example. So this is the example of how to use adjective, comparative adjective, and adjective word order. Okay. I hope you can do this. I will put it in the print screen in case your screen is not very clear. My screen is not very clear. So please do it. Yeah. Five minutes for you to do this. You can submit the answer on the WhatsApp group. Number one, number two, number 1A, number 2C, for example. Yeah, as simple as that. Okay. Let's take a look at your answers. Last year, my best friend and I went to see Beirut Island. Okay, good. Yeah, thank you for those who send the answers. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you. Here, Octavia, yeah. Last year, my best friend and I went to Siberut Island. Thank you, Octavia. Ayu Lestari, Akmal. Okay, my best friend. Thank you. Here, A. Itu siapa ya? Okay, only A. Arsha. After a long wait, our boat departed. After a long wait, our boat departed. Good. From the Minangkabau Airport, Padang, we took a long ride. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Akmal. Zilva from Minangkabau, long ride. Good. Sylvie, when our boat crashed, the raging river, we were all wet. Good. Finally, we arrived at the designated village. The beautiful scenery welcomed us. Yes. From the Minangkabau Airport, Padang, we took bumpy ride. Yes. Good. Thank you, Andy. Then we went to a village with a speedboat. Thank you, Kurnia. We tasted delicious local food. They are unique. You won't find them anywhere. Thank you, Nova. There were no cars, no horns, nor any annoying noise. Serene village. Thank you, Elsa. Then we went to a village with speedboat. Thank you, Keshara. We tasted a delicious local food. Yes. The best part is we serve on Indonesian most greatest waves. Ferocious, yeah, actually. Yeah. It was cool. The best part is we serve not greatest wave, actually. It's a ferocious. Okay, then. There were no cars, no horns. Serene. Thank you, Sekar. Thank you, Fandi. Aha. Jia. Okay. Dila. Okay, thank you, Agung. Yes. Let's take a look at the answer. This is the answer, yeah. Last year, my best friend and I went to Siberut Island. From the Minangkabau Airport, Padang, we took a bumpy ride to Bungus Port. After a long wait, our boat departed. After we sailed in a slow boat, we finally arrived the next day in South Siberut. Then we went to a village with a speedboat. When our boat crashed, the raging river, we were all wet. Finally, we arrived at the designated village. The beautiful scenery welcomed us. Unlike most cities, we still get to stare at starry sky at night there. There were no cars, no horns, nor any annoying noise in that serene village. We tasted delicious local food. They're unique. You won't find them anywhere. The best part is we served one of Indonesian most ferocious way. It was cool. Ferocious means dangerous, yeah? Ferocious, raging. Well, that's mine. What's yours? What is your greatest adventure? Yeah, so this is the answer. So it has something to do with choice of words. How many of these are actually high-level words? Not really much, yeah? Not many. Okay. Best, long, slow, speedboat, wet, beautiful. They are considered low-level words, actually. Yeah, only like ferocious, greatest, bumpy, serene, only some. Yeah. Okay. So now this is practice 2. You go to practice 2. I'm going to give you the print screen of practice 2 as well. Remember, in the beginning, you didn't do the mini test as usual. As the substitute for the mini test, you are to do first greetings. Second, the practice of part 1. I have already given you the print screen and also the practice part 2. So you have to do this because this is considered an assignment that you have to submit. Okay? The way of submitting is by videotaping yourself. And then afterwards, you upload it. If you have a YouTube account, you can upload it in your YouTube account. Or if you have Instagram, you can upload it in your Reels, for example, or in Facebook. But please do not on TikTok. My account on TikTok is not okay. I lost it already. Yeah, so Reels, YouTube, or Facebook. Okay. And send the link and put it in the G form of demo. I have already sent you the demo, the G form of the demo. Put the link there. Disatukan aja. Jadi tadi kan ada greetings, ada practice part 1, ada practice part 2. Anda ambil videonya, lalu boleh diposting di YouTube, boleh di Reels Instagram boleh. Lalu habis itu linknya dicantumkan di demo yang tadi, G-form. Jadi disatukan saja. Tapi jangan lupa, kalau Anda bikin linknya, itunya dibikin, viewernya dibikin anyone with the link ya. Jadi kalau tidak dibikin begitu, saya nggak bisa lihat. Okay, but before we before we end this session, I would like to show you some videos. Okay, it takes probably only 1 minute. Okay, it might help you in doing the practice part 2. A moment. Yeah. This is PPF methods.
Phone. First, focusing on the past, I could talk about how my life was before I got this phone. In the present, I could talk this phone. In the present, I could talk about how I use. It's important to use your 1 minute time wisely. A good idea is to use the PPF method, past, present, future. If I get a task card that asks me to describe an object that is special to you, I'll talk about my phone. First, focusing on the past, I could talk about how my life was before I got this phone. In the present, I could talk about how I use my phone, and in the future, I could talk about a different phone I want to buy, or reflect on whether I think it was worth the money. It's important to use your 1 minute time wisely. A good idea is to use the PPF method, past, present, future. If I get a task card that asks me to describe an object that is special to you, I'll talk about my phone. First, focusing on the past, I could talk about how my life was before I got this phone. In the present, I could talk about how I use my phone, and in the future, I could talk about a different phone I want to buy, or reflect on whether I think it was worth the money. It's important to use your 1 minute time wisely. A good idea is to use the PPF method, past, present, future. If I get a task card that asks me to describe an object that is special to you, I'll talk about my phone. First, focusing on the past, I could talk about how my life was before I got this phone. In the present, I could talk about how I use my phone, and in the future, I could talk about a different phone I want to buy, or reflect on whether I think it was worth the money. It's important to...
Okay, so you have already listened to it, right? Tadi udah dengar kan ya? Can you? Hello? Have I shared yang tadi? Udah videonya. Have you look at it? Saya kadang-kadang suka gaptek ya. I can see clearly. Okay, yes. Yeah. So that is an example of how you can do the part 2 of speaking. So usually, because this is your first time doing the speaking test, for example, you get nervous. To overcome your nervousness, please put on your note on the piece of paper that given by the examiner, the pinpoint. You pinpoint the keywords. After the keywords, you write down your first sentence. So hopefully it will help you develop your sentence, yeah, more smoothly. Okay. Now let's move on to this speaking part 2. Yeah. I'd like to talk my favorite animal. Okay. Oh, sorry.
I'd like to talk about my favorite animal, which is cat. Cats because everyone in my family loves them too. My cats are not the special breeds like Maine Coon or Scottish Fold. All of them are Indonesian domestic cats, so they are not really big, only 3 or 4 kilograms, but I think they are not less cute. Our cats have short hair with standard colors, brown, black, and white. I think most cats are cute, playful, spoiled, and they really love sleeping. These characteristics are quite different compared to dogs. As far as I know, dogs love to play outside the house, while my cats prefer to stay and play inside the house. I guess all kinds of animals that you have for quite a long time tend to be part of the family. That's why my family and I love our cats so much.
Okay. Yeah. So you see, in part 2, okay, yeah, in part 2, you are going to describe something. Yeah. So this time it is about animals, what animal it is, what it looks like, what makes the animal special, and explain why you like the animal. Okay. So, sorry. Yeah. Sometimes when you get nervous, you don't know what to say. So to prevent that from happening, you should put things that you like to say on a piece of paper. You call it cue cards. Yeah. These cue cards will help you remember what you are going to say. Remember, in describing, the examiner won't ask you several questions, like the first part, like practice part 1. In part 2, the examiner will just give you the card, the problem card, okay? And then you were given like 1 minute, okay, to jot down your notes. And then afterwards, you are going to describe the task, okay? Later on, I will give to you the, what is it? The videos, yeah, that can be repeated again and again if you need some inputs on this. All right, so after that, now this is the take-home assignment. Later, you will be given that, yeah. This is the Padlet, but instead of giving you the Padlet later, it is better that you videotape yourself and give it in the G form. Okay, the G form will be given to you later on. All right, so that will be all for today. Thank you very much. But before that, I would like to take your attendance first. Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing here. Stop sharing. All right, so please turn on the camera. I'm going to take your attendance again for the second session. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the print screen. Okay, Fendi, thank you. Novi, Rizky Agung, Flavia. Okay, turn on your camera, please. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. Smile, smile, smile. Okay. One more. Page 2, okay. Page 2. All right. That's it. All right. So here are some announcement. First of all, I would like to remember that next week will be our last session for studying, because the week after next, that is on the 30th of August, it is going to be your final test. So we've been doing this like 5 times already. So before we start the sixth session, okay, please, you can jot down all your questions regarding IELTS, be it listening or reading or writing, task 1 or task 2, and also speaking. So I'm going to use the first 30 minutes of our speaking session part 3 next week to discuss about the previous material, the previous skills that we have learned. Okay, that is about next week's session. It starts at 9 as usual. That is one thing. The second thing is regarding the assignment, please, okay, usually you have 3 assignments each session: flip material, mini test, and take-home assignment or take-home test. For the writing task 2, okay, the mini test was substituted with practice. So for those who haven't submitted the practice writing task 2, please submit it right away. Yeah, because it is considered the assignment. So it is a must. And then second, for the speaking part 1 and part 2, you see, you must record your voice in introduction, part 1 and part 2. Videotape yourself and then upload it in YouTube or in Instagram, in whatever media, social media that you have. Okay, and after that, put it in a link and attach the link to the Google form. That is considered the mini test. The mini test is expected to reach or to be put in the Google form by Monday. And then after Monday, you focus on the take-home assignment. Ya, or kalau bisa demonya hari ini saya udah terima, ya. Ya, hari ini atau paling lambat besok saya terima. Lalu setelah itu hari Rabu saya harapkan, atau Kamis deh ya, saya harapkan sudah ada itunya video untuk take home assignment. Ya, kenapa video? Karena during the test on August 30th, you're going to do the same. Ya, you're not going to use Padlet. Ya, Anda nggak akan pakai akun Padlet lagi, tapi langsung videotape, and then you have to submit it in the Google Form. Jadi itu. Oke, ini ada chat dari siapa? Can I just upload via Google Drive, Miss? Ya, bisa, boleh. It's okay, Rafli, but just give me the link or put the link in the in the Google Form. Ya, boleh. So remember, the demo is expected to reach the Google Form by today. Yeah, and then Thursday is the deadline for take-home assignment. All right. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you for bearing up with me for 3 hours. I hope that you have a good time, a good weekend. Have a nice weekend, everyone, and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank
Thank
you,
you, ma'am.
everyone. Thank you.
Have a nice weekend.
You too have a nice weekend. I'm going to leave this meeting.